Hello everyone, my name is Bethany and welcome to my channel, Denise Thoughts. Today I'm talking about my August TBR. I have my notebook in front of me, I have my laptop over there, I have stacks of books over here, so it's going to be a fun time. I'm going to start off with saying that I'm doing 4 readathons because I decided to be crazy. But I was able to get 18 books that do the prompts. 19 books because there's another extra book that I had to add that didn't really fit any of the prompts that I had, which I think was pretty impressive considering doing 4 readathons. I was quite impressed with myself, but I don't know if I'm going to do all 19. I definitely, last month I gave myself 16 and I did 9 or 10. I did a terrible job, and I totally did nothing for my TBR. Don't know how this month's going to go, but I'm certainly going to try my best and see how it goes. Those are my plans. So I have 3 readathons that are for the whole month of August, and then I have 1 readathon that is for the week. The 3 readathons that I have is the Trope-ical Readathon. That is hosted by Jen Reviews and Book Rob. They're both on Twitter. I will link all the information. I'll link all the information for the channels and the announcement videos and the Twitter handles down below, all of it, so you can see it all. Trope-ical Readathon is obviously using the different tropes as well as prompts based on those tropes, and there's points for each one, so yeah, it's a whole heck of a lot of fun. I am team romance, so I am going to read also, there's a team book and romance challenges for that. The next month-long readathon is Disney Readathon, which, if you don't know, I'm a huge Disney fan. I actually almost was going to wear my Disney shirt. I did not go that nerdy. That one, and I am team Beauty and the Beast, so I'll be reading the prompts that are for that team, and that is hosted by, or created by, is currently reading, and right now it's co-hosted by Allie from Nature of Pages, Francisco MP, and Celebrity Reads Hush. And I'll link their in Twitter information, all the things down below. And then I decided to join in the Summer Fling Readathon, which is hosted by Sarah, and her channel is Steeped in Books. And then there's a ton of co-hosts. There's a ton of co-hosts that are doing it with Sarah. I will put all that information down below as well. Yeah, so those are the 3 month-long ones. And then the week-long one is Disney Movie Readathon. That's August 3rd through the 9th. That is hosted by AP Reads Books and Live in the Bubble. And that one is Disney Movie Readathon is based on High School Musical. And granted, okay, I'm gonna be really dorky and admit something here. The High School Musical came out when I was 19 or 20. Yeah, because I remember specifically being 21 and watching High School Musical 2. So I think I was about 19 or 20 when High School Musical 1 came out. And even though it was not from my age range, I was obsessed, and I love the musical stupid movie so much. Not stupid, it's delightful. So I saw that there was challenges for that, and I had to join in that. That is for only the week of August 3rd to the 9th, so it starts on Monday and goes until Sunday. What I'm going to do, since to make this less crazy, because of how I put together all of these readathons, is like my notepad, and my notes are like, it's insane. I don't even know. I'm going to just go over the books, and I'll tell you what prompts they fit for the readathons. I just think that's an easier way to do it, and then instead of doing it by prompt, like I normally would for a readathon. So without further ado, because I don't want to get this video crazy long, let's get started. So the first book I'm going to be doing for my TBR is going to be Beautiful Stranger by Christina Lauren. That's fulfilling 2 prompts for 2 readathons. It's doing, for the Trope-ical Readathon, it's doing multiple authors, because Christina Lauren are 2 authors. And for Summer Fling, it is a book that takes place in the big city, happens in New York. That's Beautiful Stranger. I've been trying to read more of their backlist, because I've read a lot more of their newer stuff. So the next book I'm going to be reading is Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. This fulfills a Trope-ical Readathon, which is a forbidden romance, and Summer Fling is a down-home country, because it takes place in like rural western Nevada when it's like getting settled. I'm really excited about this one because this is about a white passing man who's engaged to a white woman, and he's trying to get off as passing for white. in this rural area, but he starts falling for a very obvious black woman, even though he's black, and he's black too, but he's just white passing. So I don't know, just some of the racial tension in there, it just adds a really great layer to a romance that I really, really want to read. So, and I'm hoping to really read it because I've been wanting to reread Beverly Jenkins. The next one I have up is what I've been trying to read for the last 2 months and have not yet. It's The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. Obviously, this is the prequel for the Hunger Games series and about President Snow. This fulfills 3 prompts for my readathons. So Trope-ical Readathons, Strange Names, because it's got some weird names in here. Misunderstood Character, which is part of the Disney-athon for the Beauty and the Beast team. And Polarizing Book for the Disney Movie-athon, because there's been a lot of mixed opinions about this book. A lot of people saying that it's not great. A lot of people also saying that they love it. So I'm not sure where I'm going to fall on the spectrum, but we'll see how it goes. The next book I'm planning on reading, I actually have 2 options. I'm not sure which one I'm going to read. I'm just going to kind of play it by ear because I'm a mood reader and this is what I do. Either I'm going to read Theirs Ever After by Katie Robert or Fallen Gabriel by Nina West. They fulfilled the prompt for Hot and Spicy, which is a summer fling from the Summer Fling Readathon, and the Trope-ical Readathon, part of a series, because Theirs Ever After is the 3rd book in the series about a menage a trois, and Fallen Gabriel is the 2nd book in the series Dirty Empire. The next book I'm going to be reading is Obsidia, which is the 3rd book in the Illuminae series, and I'm really, really excited about it. This is obviously a library book, so I'm really excited that my library is open, that I can actually request books and get them, even though I can't return them. For the Trope-ical Readathon, it's fulfilling a dystopia universe. I mean, I think this is kind of dystopia-ish, and also a book with 500 pages. And the Disney Readathon, it's Time Running Out, which I feel like this whole series is like always down to the wire of things happening. So I definitely feel that and think that this will fit. And then for the Disney movie Readathon, it's a book set in space, because all the series takes place on spaceships. I don't want to give too much away because there's a lot that happens in the first 2 books. I don't really want to give away too much about the 3rd book, but it's a really, really great series. It's told all in like memos and IMs and emails, so it looks really dense, but it's not as scary as it looks, which I can appreciate. So I'm really jazzed to finish it. Didn't I say it's Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff? For this particular set of prompts, I have 2 books that I can choose from. I haven't really decided which one I'm going to do. So either I'm going to do Flame in the Flower by Kathleen Woodwise. That's a very old-time historical, like considered one of the old-time like original historical romance novels. I've been meaning to read it. I know it's problematic for issues and consent issues, but I still want to read it and check it out. And or I'm going to be reading The Secret by Julie Garwood, which is also considered a classic, and also I considered a very good classic. So I could go with really terrible, problematic, but first romance, or really good old school classical romance. We'll see how it goes. If it's 2 prompts, it's going to be from Summer Fling Readathon, it's going to be an old school historical, because they both are that. And for the Trope-ical Readathon, it's a book from a different generation, because I think like these are older books, so I think that fits that. Next book I'm going to be reading is Happy Ever After Playlist by Abby Jimenez. That fits 2 prompts. So for the Trope-ical Readathon, it's going to be an audiobook, and for Disney Movie Readathon, it is going to be a book that is pink and sparkly. I don't think Happy Ever After is sparkly, but it is pink, so I am thinking it's close enough and it can count for that. The next book I'm going to be reading is Cinderella is Dead by Kaelin Bayron. And that is, I mean, look at this cover. It's a queer romance, black MC, and apparently it's about like the descendants of Cinderella. I've always loved a Cinderella retelling, so I'm super stoked for this one. I have this on ebook on Libby right now. That is for Trope-ical Readathon, it's an ebook. For Disney Readathon, it is Grand Adventure, and for the Summer Fling Readathon, it fits diverse. So, all the things. I'm really excited for it. The next one I'm going to be reading is Notorious Vow by Joanna Shoup. That is, for the Trope-ical Readathon, I have it for a recommended book to me because I saw it recommended on Avery Loves Books channel, and she's one of the co-hosts for Spring Fling Readathon. And the Spring Fling Readathon disability prompt. The Notorious Vow has a book with a deaf hero. I'm fluent in sign language. I'm very involved in the deaf community here in my area, so I'm really excited to see that portrayal in a romance and see how it is. The next book I'm going to be reading is Hands Down by Mariana Zapata. That fulfills 3 prompts. We have Friends to Lovers, which is a prompt on the Trope-ical Readathon and on the Summer Fling Readathon, so it's fitting 2 prompts for that. And then Disney Readathon is predict a 5-star, so I'm counting it for that one as well. I love Mariana Zapata. The slow burn is so good. This is about Zach and his friend who has been in his life for a long time and comes back into his life. And Zach is for a character from The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, which is really, really another great book of Mariana Zapata's. So I'm really excited to see what she does with Zach. The next book I'm going to be reading is A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer. That fulfills 3 prompts again. We have a retelling, which is from the Trope-ical Readathon. From the Summer Fling Readathon, Dark and Dangerous. Not sure how dark and dangerous it is, but the title has the word dark in it, so I'm using it for that reason. And the Disney Readathon, it is the team book for Team Beauty and the Beast. So it's supposed to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I'm a huge fan of Beauty and the Beast retellings, so I'm really excited about that one as well, and I've heard good things. The next book I'm going to be trying to read is When a Scot Ties the Knot by Tessa Dare. Actually, it's fitting only 1 prompt, which is A New Kid in Town, which is a Trope-ical Readathon prompt. Woman starts writing anonymous messages to this Lord Highlander that she's made up, and then he ends up, and then she politely disengages herself from him, and just to make sure that she seems like she's popular, try to get herself up in society, and then he shows up. So Highlander romances are they're not usually my favorite, but they can be really good and can be fun, and I really love Tessa Dare, so I'm excited to check it out. And I'm going to be doing it on audio, so I'm hoping they do a really good Scottish accent. The next book I have is going to How to Date a Douchebag series. Is The Teaching Hours by Sarah Nee. I have 2 prompts for that. That is random book that you forgot was on your TBR. So what I did is I didn't end up choosing something entirely random on my TBR. What I ended up doing is I looked at my Kindle, I counted how many Kindle books I had. I had 138 and that were unread, and I went through and just did a random number generator and counted that many, and that was the book that I landed on. And then Trope-ical Readathon is the book that you forgot was on your TBR. How to Date a Douchebag series by Sarah Nee is one of my favorites. The first 3 books were great, and then the last 2 books were so-so. Sarah Nee kind of has been a little bit inconsistent for me, but I really, really hope this one's going to be good. It's just a short novella. I think it was originally a short story, and then she expanded it to a novella size story, so we'll see how it goes. Her stuff's usually pretty steamy, and it's mostly new adult, college age romances, so that's always fun. The next book that I'm really excited about reading, finally, is going to be Take a Hint, Danny Brown by Talia Hibbert. That I have for 2 prompts, which is the fake dating trope, which is from the Trope-ical Readathon. That's the romance team challenge, as well as an author of color, which is a Summer Fling Readathon challenge. So, I'm going to read it because everyone's been loving it, and it's been sounding so good. So I'm super excited for it. That's great. The next book is P.S. I Like You by Casey West. That is, I have it for 2 prompts, which is Sweet and Clean, Summer Fling Readathon, because Cassie West is a young adult, and her romances and books are super, super just really sweet and adorable, and they're just delightful, and they're like eating a snack. They're just really cute and sweet. So I definitely feel like it fits that prompt for sure. And then the Trope-ical Team Challenge for Team Romance is anonymous messaging. What they do in the P.S. I Like You is they start writing to a boy and girl, start writing notes to each other on their shared desk that they have during different periods. So Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. So that was the alternate team book. Originally the team book was One to Watch by Kate Stagman London. A lot of people were having a really hard time getting that book. But she came up with alternate prompts, which is Sun is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon, which I happen to have on my Kindle. So it seemed to work out really well. And it's been a book I've been meaning to read. So I'm super excited about that because I've been heard really good things about Nicola Yoon. So obviously that one's for the Trope-ical because it's a team book. Then I also have it for Read a Romance, for Disney Movie Readathon, and then that makes 2 books left that I couldn't figure out where to put them as in the rest of the readathon, and the rest of my readathons. So these are strictly just for the Summer Fling Readathon, and that is going to be for Road Trip, Along for the Ride by Mimi Grace. This one I picked up recently at a book haul that I did, and I'm super excited for it. So, and this cover is so freaking cute. So, yeah, I'm super hyped to read that and excited. For Summer Fling Readathon, it's to read a category romance, which category romance, from what I learned, is basically like a Harlequin category romance. Harlequins have different categories, different subgenres in their own thing, and I happen to have this one that I got from a friend. This is Deja Vu by Lisa Childs. It is Harlequin's Nocturne category, which is a darker themed romance. I don't read a lot of Harlequins. I'm not that I'm hating on them or anything. I don't know. I just never really got into them. So I'm interested to see how this is going to go. It'll probably be really fun. She basically has a past life that in her past life she got murdered, and she's trying to solve her murder, sort of, and she gets involved with a writer who is also investigating her murders, or he has books about her murders and she gets in touch with him. So yeah, I don't know. Sounds interesting. Could be good. Could be terrible. But Nicole said the Nocturne line's really great, so I hope it is. It sounds fun. And then those are the readathons that I have in the next. But this book I'm gonna hopefully read just for my book club, which is The Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is about a girl who gets pregnant in high school, and then has a really amazing skill in cooking, and people start encouraging her to try to become a chef, and things happen. This cover is so gorgeous. I'm gonna take the book jacket off. Come on! Oh my god. This cover is so gorgeous. So there you have it. That is my insane August TBR. I don't think I'm gonna accomplish any of these things, but I'm certainly gonna try my hardest and hope for the best, and we'll see how it goes. And all in all, I'm just going to try to focus on just having fun, and it's going to be fun to be involved with all these different readathons and seeing what other people are reading. And I had a blast doing the pop culture readathon, which is going to be wrap-ups coming up soon. Thank you so much for watching. If you have read any of the things that I mentioned on my TBR, please let me know what you think of them down in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe to things and hit buttons, and check me out all in the social medias I list down below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye!